to make us survive in the group? Realistically, I would say no. But in certain occasions, if the stage is big, you see players stepping up.
Yeah.
And that could be the situation. The stage is big, we could step up. It's a derby game, we are meeting with the champions. We really rate as the underdogs. But what could happen in the field of play could be completely different. Yes, we are rated as underdogs on paper and based on a lot of analysis which put us in that position. But we could prove everybody wrong. And that is, each player must give minimum of 90% for us to be able to match up. We should be able to match up. Derby games are for big teams. Derby games are for big players. Derby games are for big coaches. So you must step up. Everybody from the coaching staff to everybody must step up so that you can rise to the occasion. Otherwise, you might struggle.
You might struggle. Every player must give 90%. I mean, Sona, like I said, you've played against Senegal. I mean, when you had the likes of Elias Diouf and other, key players. When you saw the draw, what was your initial reaction?
I mean, like this, you're always like, wow, and then, for me, personally, I always like to play with big teams. You know what I mean? And nowadays, it's not about the names like Senegal, Cameroon, or whatever. It's football. For me, the believing I have is like it's one ball, and then the pitch is green. You understand? Especially when we are going, to another country, which is Ivory Coast. You understand? Senegal, they are leaving their country, going there. We too, we are doing the same. You understand? So, like Coach say, if you look at papers, Senegal, they are ahead of us. You understand? That's something no one can change. But if we give our 100%, you understand, and then we take it so serious, like he said, like from the coaches, to the players. You understand? We have to go in because if you see, like we have players who are so skillful, in terms of attacking. But this kind of games, attacking is something, but then without the ball is so important. How we gonna balance without the ball? So if we do that the right way without the ball, I don't see any problem for us to counter Senegal and score. Because the players they have who are they have players who are very fast. We have players who are we have Fadera, we have different, we have Barrow. You know what I mean? So, but the other thing is like with the ball, we lose the ball. How are we gonna react? This is the thing. So we cannot just go with like a numbers of attacking, and then when we are defending, we are less. And then we are playing with a team which is like players are very experienced. They know how to break through. So if we can control that, I think we're gonna handle them. And then the concentrations have to start from the first whistle, because this is not the games. I know we have been going through like scoring late and stuff, but now these teams they have studied us, and the way they was approaching us in Cameroon is gonna be different because now they're gonna respect us more in terms of how the times we score. So they're going to study us. The way we study them, that's the way they study us. And this tournament, they're going to study us more.
And like you said, Coach, I mean, these are neighbors. I mean, it's a rivalry. I mean, it's a derby game, like I said, Gambia and Senegal. I mean, you apart from Sona, I mean, this is a game that, we need to put in everything in terms of concentration. And how should we approach this game, especially against Senegal? Like I said, you've been a coach and you've coached against Senegal.
You see, Sona mentioned here something very important. When, in case we lose the ball, what do we do? In case we get the ball, what do we do? He is talking about transition, switching from an offensive position to a defensive position, or switching from a defensive position to an offensive position. That is what we call transition. The shorter the transition, the better for us. We cannot lose the ball and then we don't regroup quickly. We have to do that. We cannot get the ball and we don't attack quickly. So the transition, the shorter, the better. This is what we should do, 1. 2, what the coach is coming up, I do not know. One problem, one thing we should know is we should know what quality do we have in our team. And if we know the quality, what is the most suited tactic or system of play we should apply in this game. because the system of play could vary as we move on, depending from team to team.
Yeah.
Now, if we get it right in the first 25 minutes, we could do well. If we just get it right. When do we go? When do we stop? When do we attack? And the material that we have, it is what should dictate what we play. You cannot have real big defensive players and then you say you're going to attack. You'll not be able to. You'll not survive. You cannot have skillful, intelligent, brilliant players, good in passing the ball, and you opted for a defensive position.
With
then
experience.
you have experience. Then you are putting the cart before the horse, or you are using the wrong tactic. So I believe that the coach is the one who is on contract. He knows the team more than we do. He knows what application he should put in place so that the team will survive. But whatever happened, we should make the game easy for everyone. We can make the game easy for everyone if we, so I mentioned that, if we maintain a good balance. The time we lose the ball, how do we regroup? If he goes, who comes? If he goes, who comes? If we get it, who goes? If we master those things, Ali, it will be a big surprise to everyone. But first of all, we have to respect Senegal. We have to, it's not like, grinding it's not about that.
Why the coach guy, dañ bari wax nak, wax bi dafa bari de.
Wow.
Wax bi dafa bari.
Wow.
Te why coach guy, fa ñu door guy rek.
Waaw, loolu ko neexal.
Ah?
Gis nga wax ji?
Bro, no, fa ñu door guy rek.
No.
Because now, jika ñi nga am nañ ay xara ñaan da journalist in Senegal sax. Suñ dee wax gàttal li ñu dee mo nekk dañ leen na door. So man nak am nga nek dañ war a door guy. Bro, yow xam nga.
No, of course. That's I mean,
we know these things.
That's the way it should go. You know? I mean, you should have I mean, it's just like as a player, you know, waking, you know, sleeping, waking up, you know, you should wake up like with the feeling that I'm going to win.
Exactly.
That's the mentality. You understand what I mean? It's just like you are training 2 days before the game. That's mentality, and that feeling should be in you. That's how you will approach
So
the
the
game.
mentality counts, huh?
Of course. Of course.
First, is the mindset. The mindset is what determines the performance. If the mindset of the player is not good enough, it creates a problem. Now, the mindset is what Ibrahim just said. What is our mentality? What factors are we going to use, or what tools do you think is more suitable for us so that we can beat the opponent or put the opponent under pressure? But that we have to know. If we don't know it, it becomes a problem. So we should be ready from day one. The mindset, we are going there, we're supposed to pick, let's say, 1 point. If we see that we have an opportunity, we push them, we score 1 goal, we have 3 points. Then the stage is set. I'm not saying that we're stopping at 1 game. We could start poor and then we pick up. We could start really well and then we end up poor.
But we shouldn't start poor in this case. The first game is very crucial, coach.
Yes, a lot of what happens in the next match depends on your performance in the first game. You could come in the first game and you perform extremely well and you don't win. That is possible. Now, if that happens, the crowd will be disappointed. But for the coach, he will not be too much disappointed because he knows that I have put up a performance. Maybe I have to dot here, cut this T, do that, and then that would be good. But it should start from the coach. It's, as Ibrahim mentioned, everybody should have the same mindset. Everybody should be on the same page, and then that will be very, very good for us. If we're not all in the same page, it becomes difficult.
It becomes difficult. Sona, I mean, like I said, you know, you've been known for being that hard tackling midfielder with the Scorpions. I mean, you've played under 17, under 20 to the senior level. Is this a game that you think Coach Tom and his squads will be more defensive or this will be attacking? Because many have blamed Coach Tom for being a defensive coach, even though his tactics have been qualifying us to the Afcon.
Okay, like you just said, there's a lot of talking outside. You understand what I mean? But if I am a federation or whoever who is scouting the coach, before you sign a coach, you should know the coach mentality, how he play, how he approach game. You know what I mean? His system. You understand what I mean? So it's not just to sign coach. You understand? So those things have to be in place first. You understand? So then you know this coach. This is his mentality. And then you are good with that, you sign him, right? Then what is left is like, what is the fan saying? Okay. But the coach respect for him, he respect, and then he's following what will give him results. Okay. It's just like now, okay, you have a coach which is like, you know, he's very defensive and then attack. I mean, that's his skills. You know what I mean? Now you're forcing that coach to say, play attacking system. But that coach doesn't know how to play. I don't say Tom doesn't know. You know what I mean? But his system is more of sit, wait, and attack. He mastered that. Yeah. That's what he used through we qualify. Yeah. We win games and qualify. Our final game against Congo. You know what I mean? And he don't change. That's what people should know. Tom will not change that. Except there is some situation, some players change things. Okay. You know what I mean? You can see against Guinea. Yeah. Last time. That one we attacked more than defense, and it worked out for us. You understand? Then this is things like, you know, when the coach says, sit here, don't go here, I want you to stay here when the ball is going. You know what I mean? And then you did not do that, and then we lose, it's coming after you. Yeah. But then when it's go right, example like Guinea-Conakry, no one will say anything. You see? So this is the thing. The coach master exactly that system, the system he is playing. So to change that now is so that's why in football to have an assistant coach who can read game is very important. If you see big teams like Manchester City, Barcelona, always even their assistant coach understand the game better than them. You understand? That's where assistant coach is important. Read the game, and then because sometimes coaches like, you know, he's here, he's a legend. Yeah, you understand? Definitely. Sometimes the game will take you till, you know what I mean, you are not on that level. That's the time you need your assistant coach to draw your attention. This is going wrong. This is not going right. You understand? Let's do this. Let's do that. You understand? But if you look at some games, Tom is alone. You understand what I mean? If he's alone, that, you know what I mean, sometimes you can see that things are not working. So who is going to speak to him to tell him that? I don't say we don't have assistant coach. We have Alisar. We have other coaches. We have, you know what I mean? But that is not going the way it should go.
And coach, do you think Alisar will step up then if he's not, like you have heard from Sona?
It is coming back to the attitude of the coach. Okay. There are coaches who would open up to the assistant coaches. They even open up to the senior players. Let me give an example. 1997, we were playing against Mauritania in Banjul, Zone 2. We started, we conceded a goal. In the process, Idrissa Sonko was expelled, Solfai was expelled. So we were left with 9 players. And Ibusila Roche came to me to the bench and said, Coach, Suma free and let them give me the ball. Because I will at least be in a position to eliminate 2 players so that we match the numbers. We did that. We equalized. Jabo equalized. No, Pafufana. It was Jabo who did the overlap, tapped the ball. The goalkeeper pounded it, and Pafufana completed it. The second goal, Ibusila scored. And there was so much pressure on my head, just to tell how how important they are. Exactly. You know, and it was like, I even remember that time, the present Gambia Football Federation president, Kaba, he was then the Minister of Youth and Sports. Yeah. He jumped and came to the bench, and then he tried to calm me down. I shouted on him. He left. Yeah. Now, so the pressure continued. Papa Sarkor, the late, came to me, just kneel in front of me, Coach, Genel be an offensive player and you defend. Remove one offensive player, put me in and we defend. I put out Jeto, brought in Papa Sar, that stabilized the whole team. So the attitude of the coach towards the assistant coach depends on how you talk to him. There are certain coaches who are autocrats, and they wouldn't listen. There are others who are very open and democratic and want to share opinion. But in certain instances, as a coach, mostly it is authoritarian. We have to accept that. But if I'm a coach and I tell you where you think I'm going wrong, please call my attention. You have the relationship. I have, let me tell you an example. I never select a team. By Wednesday, the assistant coaches will see me working with a team. And then they would walk in and tell me that observation. Well, we think, yes, this is your intention, but why don't we try this, try that? We try it. Normally, I tell you why I'm not doing it. But I would just give you an opportunity and say, well, let's go and try. And then at times I prove them wrong. At times they prove me wrong. So in order to get them, at times go by what they are telling you because they take up ownership. But if you feel that I am the alpha and the omega, they will leave you. Now, the crowd will be thinking at times that the coach should, the assistant should have, no. It is the coach who should create that atmosphere whereby the assistants could tell him what they think.
The confidence.
Yes, so stepping up, you must have an opportunity for you to show that I've stepped up. Yeah.
Quite interesting. Well, viewers, you're watching QTV, the Gambia's first private TV station, and we are broadcasting from our studios here on Kairaba Avenue. This is your Afcon Daily, and QCell is your official GSM partner for the Scorpions. Just to give you a rundown of the group from Group A to Group F as far as the upcoming Afcon is concerned. In Group A, we have Cote d'Ivoire, the host. We have Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria, and Equatorial Guinea. In Group B, we have Egypt, Mozambique, Ghana, and Cape Verde. In Group C, Senegal, Gambia, Cameroon, and Guinea. Group D, we have Algeria, Angola, Burkina Faso, and Mauritania. Group E, we have Tunisia, Namibia, Mali, and South Africa. And finally, in Group F, we have Morocco, Tanzania, DR Congo, and Zambia. Well, the coach, Tom St. Feet, has called up 27 players for the upcoming Afcon, and they are goalkeepers. We have Babukar Gueye, Modi Diop, and Lamin Sarr. Defenders, we have Boubacar Sane, Daouda Ngom, Ibu Toure, Jacob Mendy, James Gomez, Mohamed Sane, Nuha Sonko, Umar Koli, and Seydi Janko. And in midfield, we have Abdoulaye Diallo, Alassane Mane, Ibrahim Adams, Ibrahim Dabo, Hamza Bari, Abdoulaye Sanyang, Suleiman Mar, and Yusuf Abab. And in attack, we have Ali Sow, Aliou Fadera, Hassan Cisse, Ibrahim Koli, Mohamed Badamosi, Musa Baro, and Yankuba Minte. These are the 27-man squad, called up by the coach Tom St. Feet that will represent the Gambia in the Afcon tournament. Sona, I will start with you, the squad. What's your take?
Well, the squad, he called, that's the players he have trust in. You understand? As a coach, you have the option of so many players, you understand? And you have some, you can see I was even in that same situation that you are not with a club, you have to make decision whether to put you in or not to put you in. But the truth is, like in football, you know what I mean? The truth is, when you're not with a team or whatever, you should not be in there. But then the coach have his own decision and why he should back himself. You understand what I mean? Why? And so many, I'm just gonna explain something. Like so many times, fans outside will not understand that you should say I'm not going, but they don't understand that. Myself, I was saying like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Some games in the qualifying round, I will say no. Cho is my witness. You know what I will say?
I can tell.
I will say no, no, I'm not.
Tell,
you know what I mean? No, but they, like it's just like a soldier. You know what I mean? No, your country need you. You need to come. I'm the one who invite you. You need to come. You know what I mean? So those things, it drive you to go in. Okay, if you see here, there's few like Yusuf Abab, Suleiman Mar, fantastic player. We need them like crazy. You understand? But those are the you know what I mean, to say everyone will say they should not be there. You understand? Them? But if I was in Tom situation, it's like players I need. So how I picture Tom, because I've worked under him. So he will be analyzing that. Okay, before the tournament, okay, I will at least put them in a shape. You understand? It's a short period. It can happen. It can happen. You understand? There's players who are like, they can give you 40, 50, 60 minutes. You understand? That's the only but in this. But apart from the rest, everything is okay. Just, football, everyone, even me, if I'm sitting like a fan, I will say, no, they should call this, they should call that. That will never stop. You understand? So as far as he called his squad, he trusts them, everyone will support him. Well, that's at the same time, everyone have right to analyze and say whatever you want. That's football.
You apart from him, reliability, having players that you trust in, even if they don't have club at that particular stage. As a former coach, have you ever come under such a situation where you say, hey, you know what? I think Sangdong or Sol So and Alusise are players that I can rely on.
Okay. Okay. Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because the coach has a lot of attachment to some players.
Okay.
He feels that whilst they are there, in terms of discipline, everything that's good for him. Now, and in my view, he's someone who believes in continuity.
Okay.
It's not like myself, I change helter and shelter. I just looking for the right formula. Okay, that's me.
Yeah.
Now, for him, he believes that, okay, they knew what I was doing, and there is no point bringing in a new one before that one adopts to my realities.
Okay.
Time is already up. Now, it's yes and no. Where have you based the selection? What is the basis for the selection? It goes back to he wants to have continuity. People who relied upon so much time for some period.
Okay.
But for me, at times I have to avoid saying certain things because I was in this position.
Okay.
So I have to be a bit careful.
Excellent.
For me, I should have gone into those who play regularly.
It's quite very interesting. So now, I mean, let's hear from the coach, Thompson Fate, after, I mean, that initially planned training season with the boys actually boycotted, over issues. I mean, he spoke to the press. I mean, let's take a listen as to what the coach has to say as far as his squad and selection is concerned. Let's go with this insert.
I don't want to announce the squad step by step because the squad is out since 2 days by CAF. But I would like to explain why we didn't announce this earlier, what our philosophy was on it. First of all, the idea was that we had agreement with you as media that we would announce the squad in front of the media so that you could ask questions. If we had sent by ourselves on internet a list of names, you would have felt again from, hey, the coach is avoiding questions, and I didn't want to avoid questions. You can ask me every question you want. I want to see you face to face, and that's the reason why I wanted to announce it in a press conference. Secondly, we also had a plan to delay it as long as possible for our opponents. There is no rule what says that you have to announce a squad in a certain period of time. CAF knew the list, the players knew the list already long. Players who were not in the final squad knew the list. But in the media, we didn't want to, not to punish you or the Gambians, but not to inform our 3 opponents too early. They will know now, but at least a week less time to prepare for them, to know who is in the final squad and to guess who will play. And last, it could happen that in the training camp people will drop out. We had even on the 1st of January 3 players playing in England. So before that we are 100% sure that all the 27 we selected would be available. We didn't want to give a list out to say then afterwards 2 players dropped out and another 2 came in. So that was the reasonable about it, that we didn't announce the squad earlier. Now the squad is out. And I think it's a very interesting squad. We have 27 players. 18 from the 27 players played last Afcon when we reached the quarter-final. And there are 9 players who are for the first time there. That's a lot. That's 33% debutants on Africa Cup football. But it shows also the development of our football. We have some players who were in the previous edition already in the qualifiers but didn't make the final squad. And we have some young talent looking to Yankuba Minte and others who popped up and who are now in the squad. Our squad is also the 8th youngest squad from 24 teams in Afcon. Our average age is 26.2, and there are 17 teams who are older than us, and there are only 7 teams who are younger than us. That's a few facts. I think that it's better that you ask now questions. You know the names. They are by CAF announced, and also the smart journalist published them already earlier and also saw the pictures. So shoot, and I'm ready to answer all your questions. No, because the players knew it already long before. There are WhatsApp groups between the players with all the 43 players. That's a little bit, for me, weird and strange to read stories from coach is not professional, the players don't know. All the players know it. The dates, we were even 3 days before the final date that we had registered our 43. We had already registered our 27 a few days before the final date. We are done. Like I explained, we didn't inform the public for the 3 reasons I told you, but the players, they knew it already long in advance. We have a WhatsApp group with all 43 players who were in the squad. And when the moment was there to cut down the squad to 27, all the 43 minus 27, 16 players got personally a call from me to inform them that that person would be not in the final 27, but to be on standby because maybe something could happen, someone could be dropped out. And some players even called me back to ask reason why I'm not in the squad, and we discussed. And that's normal. The players were not distracted because the players knew it. It's only the public that didn't know it, but the players were always aware of it. But yeah, I understand the outcry from the public. But the public, we don't live anymore in a time where we buy a newspaper and the public read the newspaper and throw the paper away. We live in a time of internet when the public knows, the opponent knows. And we are professionals and you want to win, but you would prefer that now I'll tell you already the first 11, and that I tell you already the public want to know who's going to play, because I see on internet which 3 strikers are going to play, and I see on internet how we have to play. Football is about strategy. Senegal played yesterday a different system with 3-4-3 compared to the systems they played the previous. Maybe it was to misguide us. Maybe Aliou Cissé got play 4-3-3. So football is not only about the public. Football is there on the 15th of January, on the 19th of January, and the 23rd of January. Try to get the best performances on the pitch to get a good result.
Coach, I'll bring you in here. I mean, what's your reaction to the justification for the delay in unveiling the squad?
I have difficulty in understanding what you were saying. You don't unveil it, but they have access to the information from CAF. So what are you hiding? You see, when you have a squad, you must take responsibility. And you must leave some good ones out. The moment they can predict everything you are doing, who and who is going, then it's not a good squad. He's got a good squad, and then he decided not to call the players that are going to the Afcon for reasons that he doesn't want people to know early. But they went to the CAF website and then they got it. So I think that is, with all due respect to him, that's not enough.
Okay.
Now, the point too is he is recovering from some challenges, and I understand him because he was playing defensively really well, not conceding. Of late, he have started conceding goals. So he is trying to strike the balance between what went wrong, how did that happen. Of course, he made some genuine explanation when he announced how many defensive players he have lost within a very short time. And that have created problems for him. I understand, and that is normal. So it's okay putting it front, because when you say we don't want our opponents to know, your opponents will get it from CAF. And if they get it from CAF, they put it down to do your analysis, look at your match videos, and then set up their tactic against you. So, yes, that's his mindset. But, and besides, Ali, information is information. Give it out.
Yes, Sona, and you? What's your reaction?
Like my uncles just said now, that's true. I mean, but like every time, you know, people have different way of doing things. Like I said earlier, you know, like you just mentioned something again here, like saying like his mentality is like this, to play like this. So now he's trying to go like this, and then what happened? He cannot cope because he's not on task like what he's used to. You understand what I mean? So that's football, you understand? So that's what he believes in, and then I mean that's his way.
Well, upon their arrival in the country from Saudi Arabia, where the team had their training camp, for the first time in the history of Gambian football, the squad was issued with diplomatic passport at the approval of the President of the Republic, President Adama Barrow. I was with the team and I spoke to some two players, Alaji Job and Ali Sow, and the team manager, and here are their reactions to the move taken by the government to issue them a diplomatic passport.
We have one of them, I mean, that's Toldo Alaji Job, I mean, who has just filled his form. Toldo, I think I'm going to waajal pour meet President waaye balaa loolu ngeen pour fil seen forme yi pour am li nga xamante diplomatic passport yow nga yàgg a ànd ak national team bi ban yëg nga am tey.
Waaw maa ngi lay nuyu di la sant lii moom mbégte bu mag la for the first time in the history of the country liggéey bu ñu def nii ñu fay ñu ko kontaan nañ torop ñu ngi wax the government ñu ngi wax jërëjëf the entire government the president from the president and the entire government really we really appreciate xam nga ni tamit su liggéey moom understand soo ko defalee façon yi nii it's like motivation so daf ñoo gën a pousse xam nga especially ñu ngi ñëw dem si tournament bu rëy bii nii boobu tamit dinañu jox extra motivation xam nga because nga jógee sa dëkk for the first time nga def jaloore yi nii for the second time qualification ñu jox la lii ñu fay la lii moom wax dëgg kontaan nañ si trop xam nga ñu ngi ko wax jërëjëf di ko ñaanal fan bu gudda ak wér gu yaram moom ak nguuram bi yëpp.
Ali, good to see you, man. It's been a while. I mean, good to see you back in the Scorpions. Ngeen nekk di waaj nga ne ma nekk Afcon bi Ivory Coast ban yëg nga am léegi.
ban lan laa am.
ban yëg nga am bokk si Scorpion bi and Afcon.
To express myself, I would say like I'm feeling very, very excited. I'm very, very happy. So bëggee tamit ma laakal la olof maay kontaan trop pour nekk fii. It's something really amazing and my ñëw gis suma xarit yi ak suma teammates yi representing the Gambia moom is always something very, very important and I'm very happy that maa ngi fi.
Naka lañ la welcome bi nga ñëwee si team.
I think it was something I have the players that I know, some of them we have been together for a while, and some players we just met like recently, and they all took me and welcomed me really good.
And just now you've just filled the form to be issued a diplomatic passport by the government of the Gambia. What does it signify?
I think this is a very, very important support to the boys as well, and I think this is something that we will all appreciate because after all the boys they did like a good effort to deserve whatever they're getting from the government. We are all Gambians and we are all trying to do our best for the nation. So if we get this how do I say it, something special from the government, we'll definitely appreciate it, and I'm very happy that we all have the opportunity to have this.
Here, I mean, witnessing this historic occasion, having the Scorpions being issued with diplomatic passport. First and foremost, what's your reaction as a team manager?
No, I think it's enormous show of respect from the government and the authorities in the country. This shows that they've attached so much importance to this team and the players, and also, recognizing, the success that this team has achieved in the recent past. I think this is a magnificent achievement for everyone to be recognized by your country, to serve the country and achieve something and eventually get recognized. I think this is the feeling. It's magnificent. It's very nice. Everyone is happy. You can see Everyone, the boys are in buoyant mood. Everyone is relishing the gesture, the kind gesture from the president. And I think, this shows commitment, like I said, but also, it tells you the future is bright. This put a lot of zeal in the players to try to do a lot more in subsequent matches and competitions.
There you have Modi Diop, goalkeeper Modi Diop, Ali Sow, and Cho Drame, who is the team manager. They are speaking to me shortly after filling in their forms that will allow them to get the diplomatic passport issued by the government of the Gambia. I'll bring in coach and Sohna, better late than never. What's your reaction for the first time?
Yeah. It's a very good gesture, and it is very, very important because it is a motivating factor. Yes, diplomatic passport doesn't mean that you can have, you not look for visa. It doesn't mean that. It means that it will facilitate you, make it a bit easy. But it's the highest national document you can have. If that is conferred upon you as a player, it shows a lot of respect, a lot of appreciation, and it also should entice you to perform more. At times people will tell you, yes, ñun suñ time li ugly. I appreciate all those things. Times people will meet you in the street that you have to come back and coach because you see the amount of money that is there. You cannot go back, my dear. You've done your part. Please move on. Give younger people opportunity. There are other things that you can do. Don't overstay. If you do that, it becomes a problem. And I think this is a good gesture, and the president should be thanked for doing this alongside with the government. I first saw this years ago, some 20 years ago. I think it was a match in Ghana when it was not it was not diplomatic passport. They came with service passports then. And now that we've stepped up beyond service to diplomatic, I think it is very, very good.
And yes, Sona?
And this is amazing. We have been talking about this since last Afcon, and it doesn't happen, and now it's happened now. I mean, it's amazing, just to say to the president thanks, and to Bakary, because he's the one who is between the players and him. If he did not do his work or give the message to the president, the boys will not receive it. So thanks to him too, and it make it easy.
Special thanks to the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakary Y. Baji, but of course the President of the Republic, whose approval has actually made this thing easy, actually fulfilling his promise that he made to the boys. I mean, shortly after that diplomatic passport process, I mean, the boys visited State House, where they were received by the country's Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow on behalf of President Adama Barrow, who was out of the country in Mauritania to receive another important Peace Prize award in Mauritania, and then to receive the battle flag, as it is a tradition that before the team leaves for any competition, I mean, they visit the presidency to be handed over the battle flag, and then the Vice President presided over this event, I mean, because attended by cabinet ministers, and of course the chairman of the Q group, who is, as like I said, QCell, the official GSM partner for the Scorpion in this Afcon, and this is something that the, both QCell and of course the football authorities want to strengthen for the cooperation. Let's take a listen to what were said at the handing over of the battle flag.
The way you conduct yourself will mirror the Gambia, now known worldwide as a land of peace and the smiling coast of Africa. I have no doubt that you will maintain the trend of making the people proud. Your participation in the Afcon Games signifies a lot about the degree of seriousness with which you compete as professionals.
So I just want them to believe in themselves, and also to know that the whole country is behind them. The whole country is behind them, and that is why today we had the symbolic transfer of the flag, from the commander-in-chief, who is the president, to the captain of the national team. So this is a big honor, it's a big task also.
Sports nowadays is no longer fun, neither just for physical fitness. It's an empire, it's a business empire. It's a financial empire. Therefore, we'll also have to rush to maximize the talents that we have in this country, to ensure that we also benefit from that very big and huge financial opportunities that it goes with.
By this, we also want to say that the players have also had a 100% increment in their camping allowances and in their match bonus compared to the last Afcon. Finally, President Barrow has also given approval for the issuance of diplomatic passport to all the national team players.
On behalf of the players, I will assure you guys that we will do our best in every battle, every game, in order to bring back the glory days that we did in the last Afcon.
I would say to my players, to the staff, but to the whole Gambia, Nekalang and Dongo. Let's go for it, guys.
Well, that Thompson paid saying, Nekalendongo, let's go for it, guys. I mean, you apart from the vice president, I mean, urging the players to be good ambassadors. I mean, the chairman of the Q group also reassuring the company's support to the Scorpions. And of course, Bakari Waibaji saying the government is investing $171 million in this year's Afcon, which will result in an 100% increment in both camp allowances and match bonuses. Let me bring in both of you. I mean, your take on what you apart from both the vice president and the rest. 100% increment?
No, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I just want to say thanks again to the Q group,
okay.
you know, I mean, to step it in, because this is something which is like, for me, I was saying it with my friends, you know, to have a Gambian company who is taking step, you know, to support football, the youths, you know, is is something which is like, you know, we just have to say thanks to him and then, you know, to pray for him to, you know, the business to grow more so that he can put on more and more money, you know, in sport.
Coach?
Yeah, I think all the speeches were important, very, very important, because you could see the chairman of the Q group implanting nationalism into the players. Yeah. It's not that he gave out money, but he's telling them, look, we don't have another country. This is the only country we have. So that's why we should put it together so that we all do well. Going by Omar Koli, the captain, I think the words were good. He have shown some, how do I place this, communication skills, because he communicated really well for people to understand the objectives of the team and where do they stand. For the honorable minister, we say thank you to him. He's a lucky minister. But again, however lucky he is, and whatever resources is being put at his disposal, if he was a poor manager, we don't have reached here. We have to accept certain things that he has done extremely well with the resources allocated to him.
And the finance minister, Sidi Keita.
Yeah, no, I'm coming to him.
The president of the republic.
No, I'm coming. You have to deal with them individually. You see, the most person who struggles all the time in a country of ours with a small economy is always the finance minister.
Because everyone comes to you.
And then you have to provide the money. If there is no money, we'll tell you. I remember I went to one minister. There was a time the national team went into a team hotel in Belgium, in Brussels. They were asked to get out because we owe them. So, and then I remember Sidi Kinte called me. Then I was member of parliament and said, where are you? I told him, well, I'm on my way coming. He said, you know what happened? I said, no. He said, this is a scandal. It's a shame. I told him, I used to call him Goro, Sumo Goro.
And at the time you were the chair of the sports committee in parliament. I remember.
I was in that group.
Yes.
I was in Belgium. I was there.
I know. And then Sidi said, this is what has happened. What can you do? You have to get up. I was the chairman. I just went. I collected Honorable Kebage, Honorable Lamin Keba Jambe, and some other five.
Of Ilyasa, yeah.
Yes. We just went. We didn't have time to pass by the Honorable Minister, Sirif Gomez, who was doing his best to. We just walked and then we pushed Abdul Koli's door. And he said, Honorable Minister, we are here. And he said, yes, what happened? Coach, what happened? I told him that we've been kicked out of a hotel in Brussels. And if the press picks this up on social media, it's over. He told me, what do you want me to do? I told him, raise an appropriation, bring it to the national, I said, we approve it, you send the money.
Yeah.
And then we jumped down and went to Honorable Silver Gomez. He was the minister.
Yeah, he was the minister, yeah.
Yes. He told him, Honorable Minister, let's go to the Minister of Finance. And then we escorted him. Silver went there, spoke well, and then he said, okay. Within that day, the appropriation was done. The next day, approval was granted. Monies were sent. But we have gone way beyond those things now, really.
Definitely,
Football is gone beyond those things where I remember we spent 4 nights at Benin Airport as a national team, and we were supposed to play Cameroon. Cameroon were here before us, the under 20. So we were lying on the floor. But those things have passed. That was our level. But now this is where we are real professional. Dedication, honesty, truth, and professionalism. And that is where we are right now.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, if you've been someone who has been following Gambian sports and football in particular, I mean, you will really realize that, you know, there's so much improvement. I mean, like I said, I mean, as part of our, you know, our broadcast as far as the Afcon is concerned, we are trying to get more footages from people, opinion leaders, to share their opinion as far as the Afcon is concerned. Let's go with this video, and you will find it very interesting. Let's take a watch.
Hello, Gambians. I'm sure you are all aware that our gallant Scorpions have qualified to the Afcon this year, and they will be on their way soon. They need all the support from us, both financial, moral, spiritual, everything. Let's work together and get the cup here in Gambia. QCell is the official GSM partner for Afcon. We are proud to be the official GSM partner. We want to wish our gallant Scorpions good luck in all their matches. We hope we will celebrate together when they bring the cup to Gambia. We pray that God guides and protects them and give them victory.
Assalamualaikum Gambia. Ñun waa QCell ñu ngi ñaanal suñu Scorpions yi pour ñu yàlla may leen ndam si Afcon bi ñoo dem ni Abidjan. Ñu ngi leen di support all the way. Go Scorpions, go Scorpions, go Scorpions.
Well, there you had the I said saying go Scorpions, and before her, you know, you had the chairman of the Q group, Mohamed Jack, you know, calling on every Gambian to be united behind the team. I mean, because that's all we need right now. The Scorpions are in Ivory Coast, and all they need is our support, our prayers to be able to bring back the trophy back home. Gentlemen, I understand we're running out of time, but finally, Coach and Ibrahima, just your final message for today, because we might have you again as far as the Afcon Daily is concerned.
Thank you very much. I think it's good that we've reached we are where we are right now. We need to support the team. We need to be a bit patient, though I understand how the way we think and the senior players and our mindset and that of those in the streets are different. So we should at least be a bit patient with the public too. Okay. They might say some outrageous things. If you can educate them, that is fine. If you can't, please don't raise arguments. Just move on. But let's all support the national team. This is the only thing we've got.
And Ibrahima?
Yeah, this is almost the same. You know, like there's a lot of negative things. You know, a lot of things like was not on place, you know, it should be. So I mean, as far as now, you know, everything is level. I mean, the players they have learned in Ivory Coast. So now everyone, the most important thing is like for all of us to be one, support the team, and then put prayers for them. You know, inshallah we will have the
thank you so much. Alaji Sila, former national team coach, it was good to have you on the program, and Ibrahim Sona, former international midfielder, it was good to have you on the program as well. I mean, viewers, we thank you so much for watching this program. Just to remind you once again, QCell is the official GSM partner of this year's Afcon. I mean, they're investing over $20 million into supporting the Scorpions, but also they are signed a partnership with GRTS to ensure, you know, they finance the airing of the games on GRTS as far as the Afcon is concerned. On behalf of everyone here at QTV, my name is Alu Sise. Thank you so much for watching, and do have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.